Hello, D-Gens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes. I, of course, am the Brofict one, AJ. Happy Friday, March 6th, 2026. Hope you're having a great week. Hope you're ready for a great weekend. I know I am. We got a lot to talk about today. The Cardinals and Kyler Murray have decided to officially part ways. We'll get into that, along with a lot of other NFL early free agency moves that have been happening throughout the week. We'll get into the WNBA, NBA, World Baseball Classic, maybe even a little UFC talk. We'll get into a little bit of everything today. But before I go any further, do just want to take a moment, shout out to everyone watching here on Rumble, over on YouTube, TikTok. Y'all are the best. If you like what we're cooking, please hit those like buttons, hit the follow buttons. Does help us out a lot more than you know. But I do unfortunately need to start the show on a solemn note, as it was announced earlier this week that Lou Holtz has died at the age of 89. His family announced on Wednesday. Unbelievable head coach. You know, obviously one of the legendary head coaches when you talk about college football. You talk about Lou Holtz, and then you even talk about Lou Holtz, the commenter, Lou Holtz, the sports personality. I mean, Lou Holtz wore so many hats and was so inspirational to so many different people throughout different walks of life. Thank you, Lou Holtz. Rest in peace, brother. And thoughts and prayers with him and his family and everyone. Cinema Toast Crunch, what's good, dude? Happy Friday, man. Happy Friday. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get to what I really want to talk about. And let me tell you, it's been colder than average, it feels like, in Arizona for early March. But hey, it's because it feels like hell may have freezed over a little bit, as it's been announced. The Cardinals have informed quarterback Kyler Murray that he will be released at the start of the league new year, as long as there is no trade that comes to it. Ryan Kelly just retired at the trade deadline. All right, maybe we'll touch on that in a little bit, Cinema. But it's done. It's done. It's over with, or it will be at the start of the new league year this upcoming week. Cardinals still paying him. They're still going to be paying him a lot of money, as he is due, guaranteed $36.8 million, and a huge dead cap hit as well. It's a lot. It's a lot. Kyler Murray it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for Kyler Murray, and a contract that shouldn't have been signed, a contract that probably was I don't even know. And I try to go back when I heard this news. I tried to remember where I was the day that I found out Kyler Murray signed this huge contract, after trying to stronghold the Arizona Cardinals into giving him said contract and removing the whole video game contract, the study contract that they had. And I think it's just that. I think that moment there, that moment in Cardinals history, that moment in Kyler Murray's career was it. Like, that sums up what Kyler Murray was. It's been disappointing. It's been disappointing. It's been expensive, and it's still leaving the Cardinals worse than it was. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit here and say Kyler Murray had the best offenses in the world with the best coaches in the world, going through 3 coaching staffs, a bunch of different OCs, 2 different GMs. I mean, it was the writing on the wall. The writing on the wall, especially when Ossenfort was brought in. He didn't draft him. He didn't need him. Neither did Gannon, to be completely honest. But hey, they had to try to make it work, and it just one of those things that's not going to work, and it didn't work with the Arizona Cardinals. Now, is it possible that he goes out somewhere else and it starts working? Maybe. I mean, you look at his stats throughout the years. It's nothing too bad. You know what I mean? Over his career, 87 games played, 1,974 yards, completions, out of 2,941 attempts. 67.1 is the completion percentage there. 20,460 on the yardage, 121 touchdowns, 60 interceptions, and then you get into the rushing, and 32 touchdowns. And really, where I think it just kind of fell off with Kyler Murray was when you start getting into the injuries. He tore up his knee and was out for so long there. Was that back in 23? And I'll be honest, I was excited for Kyler to come back in 24 and see what he can do. But then he completely removed the run game, essentially, from his arsenal. And that's what made Kyler Murray special. He's not a pocket passer. He was never a pocket passer. And now he was trying to be a pocket passer. Sometimes some stuff just doesn't work. And that's one of those things that just doesn't work. I have no ill will towards Kyler Murray whatsoever. I do wish him nothing but the best on his future endeavors and everything like that. I just don't think he's poised for much longer in the NFL unless he wants to go ahead and sit in the back seat and be a second string. But from my experience watching Kyler Murray and everything, I don't think he's that type of a guy who's going to come in and be a second string quarterback with the Vikings or go into a quarterback competition or anything like that. And the Vikings being the team that Kyler Murray is so far closely associated with when he does get out and everything like that, when he is released by the Cardinals. I don't know about that. I think it would be an interesting move. I think if anything, they bring him in on a vetmin deal and put him in a quarterback competition. I don't think he's going to be a unanimous number one overall starter coming out of training camp, going into training camp or anything like that. I think he's going to have to compete for it. If there is a coach that I trust, if there is a coach that I think could maybe start to get Kyler Murray on the right track, I think Kevin O'Connell is one of them. The J.J. McCarthy experiment just didn't work out. And it happens. It happens. Just sometimes players just don't develop the way they are. And people are so quick to Kyler, and that's the big rumor going around. We all forget Kirk Cousins is sitting around there, and the boys were buzzing with Kirk Cousins just a couple of years ago. So I'm not ruling out a reunion there either. But everything is on the table for. Everything though I think is on the table for Kyler Murray. Let me go ahead and get to where is it? Expected to sign with them, but hey, the A's said they would welcome him back with open arms. Kyler, an elite NFL quarterback, and I'm sure there are plenty of opportunities for him to continue his football career. That said, he and his baseball representatives know that we're always open to him exploring a return to baseball with the A's if that ever comes. And that being from the Oakland Athletics GM, David Frost, and his thoughts on Kyler Murray. And it's an interesting thought. Do I think at the end of the day he will go back to baseball? No. I think that ship is long gone. I think that ship has sailed, and it sailed when he signed that stupid contract that the Cardinals were dumb enough to sign. All right? And it's not plausible to me. Not plausible to me. I don't think it happens, but we'll see where Kyler, again, everyone thinks that he's going over to the NFC West, and everyone thinks the Cardinals are going to be bringing in an NFC West quarterback in Malik Willis per Matthew Berry. And this was from from last week, I believe. Malik Willis to Arizona for $30 million market. And the more this week has gone on, the more coming out from the Cardinals building and from insiders and everything is Malik Willis for about 35-ish to 42 million for 2 years. For 2 years with 32 million, I believe, guaranteed, something like that. That's the rumbling going on right now. That's what the dirt sheets are saying. But and there's a lot of hype. There's been some thoughts released about Malik Willis possibly going to Arizona with the weapons that we have there right now, and I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Am I going to, if Malik Willis comes to Arizona, am I automatically like, oh, okay, well, he knows a LaFleur system and yada, yada. No, I'm not. I'm going to need to see it to believe it. Cardinals haven't been right on a quarterback since Carson Palmer. So sorry if I'm a little cynical going into next season, no matter who's really under center for Arizona. Does Malik Willis, Malik Willis is a taller, more accurate Kyler Murray, in my opinion, from the limited sample size we've seen. Not only that, but the situations he was put in with Green Bay, and Green Bay, it felt like kind of maybe dumbing down, and reports coming out that they dumbed down their playbook a little bit. Does that say a lot about that, or does it just say that he's a backup quarterback getting late notice that Jordan Love's injured? I think that's up for debate, and who really knows? At the end of the day, though, the Cardinals will find some way to fuck it up. The Cardinals have been great at doing that for a long, long time, and I really don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. They're decimating our running back room. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I thought our running back room performed fine, but again, what the hell do I know? Apparently, I know what they're going to do at number 3. Diego, no. Diego, don't put that into the universe, bro. I saw the Garoppolo news too, and I was not a fan of that. That's why I wasn't even going to talk about it, because I just don't even want to speak that into existence. I would rather us go after Diego Pavia in like the 7th round, if we're going to be completely honest. Pretty boy porn star Jimmy, I think his time is done. What the hell are we going to do with Jimmy Garoppolo at QB2? Seriously, what the hell are we going to do? At least if we punt on Diego Pavia, who knows? Maybe we get lucky and it's a Brock Purdy type situation there. But I don't even put that, Diego. You're killing the vibes today, dog. I do not need that in my life. I can barely hold on to the fact that Malik Willis is going to be our QB1. And and don't get me wrong, I watched the tape, I saw the games, like I get it. Like Malik Willis does have those moments, but there's been so many flash in the pan quarterbacks, and the Cardinals have been great at not capitalizing on them at their peak. And so I don't get it. I don't get it. Blake, Kyler to Minnesota, brother, you want him there? And here's the thing, like, and I'll even take, let's go ahead and take away, his on-field production and everything like that. His numbers, they speak for themselves. They're fine. And I think his play after injury really speaks to it. He's going to have to go back to his legs if he does go to Minnesota. But let's talk about off-field Kyler, because that's what I think the issue is going to be. And don't get me wrong, coaching staff in Arizona, not what I would call hard nose or rule enforcing or anything like that by any means of the imagination. But still, Kyler wasn't the type of a guy who, you saw out about in a town, or like was a guy that like, oh, Kyler's spotted at this, new restaurant opening or anything like that. No, as an Arizona fan, I only saw Kyler Murray doing the obligatory team stuff that he had to do. He wasn't a part of the city. He was brought in to be the franchise, to be that number one guy. And from everything that has been said, everything that's been seen, Kyler's about Kyler. And I think I don't know if that's a good mix. If there is again, like I said earlier today, if there is a coach that I think can drill it into his head, maybe now he understands that, hey, this isn't, gifted, you got to earn it, yada, yada. You hope that at the end of the day, he might get that through his thick skull after he's been in the NFL for 7 years. But Kevin O'Connell might be able to change that. But then you also got the video game issue. And I know we all, that's so funny. He had that thing in his contract about not playing video. It's a problem. It's a problem that we can back up with stats. Like double XP weekend and Kyler Murray playing football don't go together well. Malik Willis situation reminds me of Brock. Thank you, Max. I love that comparison. I mean, it makes me sad inside as a Cardinals fan, but I love the comparison. Willis getting his chance to be QB1, and if it fails, there's a lot of QBs in the draft, but there's, we'll see what happens with the Chambliss stuff. The NCAA appealing the Ole Miss ruling, saying like, hey, we got to be able to, this kid can't be playing football anymore. Like, we just can't allow this kid to play football anymore. He's got to go to the draft or go to the UHL or something, UFL, excuse me, or something. But Dante Moore, I've seen, next year. Yeah, next year. And fine, we want to go ahead and throw Malik Willis in there, give him his chance to sink or swim, and let Mike LaFleur know it's fine. We're going to get a we're going to get a quarterback first round of the next draft, and we're just going to tank this season. Fine. But then you want to know what I'm worried about then, Diego? You want to know what I'm worried about then? I'm worried about another Kyler Murray, Cliff Kingsbury situation, because let's just say in a perfect world, the Cardinals get first overall in the draft next year. Okay. Let's just say in a perfect world, he does that. They're going to pick Arch. The Cardinals aren't going to go for the best quarterback available. They're going to go for the biggest name available. And the biggest name available is going to be Arch Manning in the draft next year. And after they lose almost every single game this next year, yeah, I'm thinking they're going to want to fire a head coach. They're going to want to fire a head coach. Who are they going to want to bring in? They're going to want to bring in a head coach who's got some success under his belt. Not a lot, but some success, and has experience coaching Arch Manning. Steve Sarkisian, welcome to the NFL. Welcome to the Arizona Cardinals, Diego. That's what I'm worried about. If you want to know what keeps me up at night, Diego, that is what keeps me up at night. That exact scenario that I think we're walking ourselves into. Brissett is solid. Yes, Johnny. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to discredit or toss Brissett aside or anything like that. But it's very, Brissett can't be the future of the Arizona Cardinals. And the Arizona Cardinals, as of right now, don't have a backup plan. And so they're going to try this whole Malik Willis thing out. They're paying him $30 million. He's going to be the starter. You know what I mean? If whether he's sitting on the sidelines for the next 2 years and collecting that as the third string, that's going to be up to Bidwell. But breaking news, Geno Smith signs with McDonald's. Yeah, Geno Smith getting released, wild. I mean, not wild. That I get what they were trying to do there in Las Vegas, but nah, had an obsession with Kyler before. I believe that house just sold, actually, or is it still on the market? It's one of the two. I know. Me and my buddies were having drinks the other night, and we looked it up, and I just can't remember which one it was. But yeah, the Cardinal situation is crazy. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, Cardinals. And we're cleaning out the running back room right now for some reason. So we make a run for Jeremiah Love at number 3, and then maybe I don't know. I really don't know what the hell they're doing at running back. This Cardinals team is still frustrating as hell, and we're not even close to the start of the regular season, and I'm already frustrated with this team. Can you imagine how I'm going to be during the regular season? God. We're not even going to have to wait till the regular season because we're going to be the first ones to report to camp because Cardinals are playing in the Hall of Fame game. Woohoo! No one watches the game anyway, but geez. Oh, no, not this year, JV. Next year. I'm talking next season. But, man, I don't want that. Anyway. A lot going on, though, in the NFL. A lot going on as other trades and stuff have been going on. I know the world doesn't revolve around the Arizona Cardinals, and it sure as hell shouldn't revolve around the Arizona Cardinals when it comes to football. And owner, shout out to Michael Bidwell, given an F-, as an owner during the PA report cards. Shout out. Diego, I hope. The amount of times that I've heard generational talent coming to the Arizona Cardinals, I would have so many dimes, bro. So many dimes. Anyway, DJ Moore going from the Bears to the Bills. Bills picking up most of that contract. Bears getting some second round help. I like that trade. It was a big contract for the Chicago Bears, and I'm not sure they need that in their life. And the Bills, Josh Allen didn't have that number 1 overall receiver last year. So they get that maybe number 1, that guy that can be that number 1. I like it, though. Good move for the Bills, and I think it helps them out a lot. McCormick in the chat. What's good, brother? How's your week going? Hope you're doing well, man. Are you ready for Power Slap tonight? I'm ready for Power Slap tonight. Anyway, Bill's friend is excited about Moore. They should be excited about DJ Moore. I thought he had a great season this last year. Caleb Williams kind of stepping in there. Granted, Ben Johnson under that, but Joe Brady, I think, stepping in as head coach. They're going to get back to it. After some time has passed now, I've officially decided that Joe Brady was a good hire as the next head coach for the Buffalo Bills. I was kind of wishy-washy on it, but I'm a fan of it. And then, to no surprise to anybody whatsoever, the Los Angeles Rams go ahead and say F them picks for a first, number 29 this year, a 5th and a 6th, and a 2027 third round. They'll go ahead and get Trent McDuffie, cornerback from the Chiefs, which absolutely love for the Kansas City Chiefs. Really helps them on the corner. On the outside. Trent McDuffie's, for the Rams, helps them on the outside, a spot that I think they were missing, but going in there. What is that? What do I think about the Diggs situation? Is he done in the league? Bro, JV, I mean, do I think he's done in the league? No. Why don't I think he's done in the league? Deshaun Watson. I think that there might be a team that'll throw him a bone with Vetman or something on a prove it, but who knows? And I mean, he still is a big name. Is he still dating Cardi B? Because I'm sure that would put some butts in seats somewhere, but that's what's going on there. Where do I think Crosby's going? Adrian, bro, I've been thinking about that. I don't know, man. And JV, thank you for the follow, brother. Appreciate you, dog. But the thing with Crosby is every team would hope to have him. I've been hearing a lot of Cowboys, and that makes sense. I mean, as a couple of analysts pointed out mid last season, if the Cowboys on defense just had that elite pass rusher, this would be a completely unbelievable defense. Post Micah Parsons trade, which quote tweet, because absolutely true. Cowboys defense really wasn't that bad last year. If they would have had Micah, that would have gotten to the quarterback, would have been different. But anyway, I could see that. I could see Jerry Jones, being like, hey, listen, we'll write that big ass check and we will just go after him. Bring Crosby down there, brings a little attitude there. I kind of like that if that does end up happening. But really, I mean, look for the Seahawks to maybe take a run at him. Just already bolster a great defense. They're starting to pay already. Texans too, again, just good defenses that maybe just buff it up a little bit more. The Chiefs going after him, wouldn't be surprised there. They clear up a lot of room with the Trent McDuffie deal. I could see that being a thing too. But Lions are trading David Montgomery to the Texans, and Texans go ahead and release Joe Mixon today as well. So David Montgomery probably going to be that number one. Hold on, I'll be right out. It's my dog. But yeah, I mean, good move for the Lions overall. They get a new center in there, which is definitely helpful. Had no line, and Howard was a cancer. Fair enough. But yeah, we'll see what David Montgomery can do for the Texans. I mean, listen, a good run game hopefully can help out CJ Stroud and that whole interception issue he had at the end of the season / LeVar Ball or Tiger King. In what scenario, Chris, are we talking about LeVar Ball or Tiger King? How have I not heard either of those names in the last 4 years and been okay with it? My goodness, Chris. But yeah, and hey, just getting started. Monday going to be, I think, the official open of the non-tampering period or the non-illegal tampering period, something like that. Praying someone offers Daniel Jones higher contract. Cam, even if they do, I think Daniel Jones will still get paid. I don't see Daniel Jones getting out of Indiana. I have heard some rumblings of maybe Indiana taking a look at Kyler Murray. Have fun. Then again, that's just going to be kind of my response to any team that picks up or is looking at Kyler Murray. Have fun with that, bro. Not my problem anymore. I'm okay with that. But yeah. K9 going to the Chiefs. I've seen that maybe. Texans are interested in Wyatt Teller and Tyler Biadasz. Listen, all the rumors are flying right now, brother. All of the rumors are flying. This is going to be the one that I'm interested in. And, you're talking about Max Crosby. Trey Hendrickson might have to fall first. And by fall, I mean go ahead and get signed or something like that. Trey Hendrickson being available, if Max Crosby's available, everything's going to get very interesting. Their DNs are about to get paid a shit ton of money. So I'm excited about that. Rather, Riley Leonard started. That's fair, Cam. I can see where your feelings are very valid there, actually. So is it official Kyler Murray is released, or can he still re-sign? Everything, Draco, is that Kyler Murray is no mas in Arizona as of when the new league year starts, which I am okay with, if we're going to be honest. We talked about Stephon Diggs already. That shit's wild. Jets not exclusive franchise tag. Makes sense if he receives any more offers. He'll probably receive one or two. One of the few guys that are keeping the Jets working, so I'm thinking that he's going to stay no matter what. All right, guys. I'm sorry. I know it's boring, but I do got to talk about it because it's big. So if you got to tune out, I understand. It's the WNBA. But believe it or not, contract negotiations are still going on. And it's a lot of going on. Imagine Henderson going to Cleveland. Dude. Imagine if Myles Garrett stays there in Cleveland. Pissed how the Colts did this. Yeah, Alec Pierce was a loss, but I'm not overly concerned that it's anything too big that they can't pick up in the draft or even free agency, bro. Honestly, I think the Colts are in a good place. I got confidence as of right now in the Colts. We'll see what they do in the draft, obviously. But anyway, they've been going back and forth for months. There's been continuums, there's been memos, there's been letters, and at the end of the day, let me go ahead and break this down, make it nice, quick, and easy for everybody. At the end of the day, the WNBA is going to pay them more money. There's going to be some difference of a rev share and everything like that. Rookie contracts go up, max deals go up. When you can be qualified for a max deal that time is decreased. So a lot of very good things for the players, but still a lot of pushback from some of the old guards, some of the vets, and a lot of people coming out saying like, hey, this is bad for the league and everything like that. And it is. I mean, and again, I would love nothing more. I honest to God, I would love nothing more than the WNBA to be profitable, be successful, and be watchable. I would love nothing more than to have my quad box going with WNBA and MLB games. Okay, I would, but the officiating sucks on court. Officiating sucks. They got to fix that. And I'm tired of hearing about money, man. I'm tired of hearing about money because, and this is where I think everything, like, they just kind of, they're talking about so much fucking money. They're talking about more money than a lot of us will see in the next 10, 15, 20, 25 lifetime. You know what I mean? Nowhere close to what real jobs are paying, nowhere close to what's real life. And and now it's whatever. It's dumb. It's dumb, but it's sounding like we're getting closer to a deal, which is good for the players. They got a lot of good momentum going on, but they just gotta tighten it up. Got to tighten it up. We talked about that too. I think that's all I got today. Is that all I got today? Oh, yeah. Logan Paul and Le'Veon Bell, for some reason, have agreed to box. Sure. Whatever. It's 10-ounce gloves, no headgear, 3-minute rounds until someone quits. I mean, sure, dude. Yeah. Texans released Joe Mixon. We talked about that. Rumored fight card. This has got to be AI, though, the more I was reading into it. But interesting. I don't think Topier is going to be in there. If he is, it's going to be against Holloway Olivier. Bro, I'm so excited for that tomorrow. Got Power Slap tonight, too. Power Slap 18. You got the Wolverine versus the Crazy Hawaiian. That's going to be a hell of a main. Crazy Hawaiian going from super heavyweight to light heavyweight. I'm very intrigued in that. Very intrigued in that. And it's not like he performed bad against Dumpling. You know what I mean? Like, it was what? A draw? It was a draw. A draw and then a loss by decision. Man. Also, tomorrow I'll be doing my UFC picks, but I am leaning Holloway. I'm leaning Holloway. Might sprinkle Holloway KO in case he does what he did against Gaethje and just point down to the mat and say, "Hey, yo, BMF title, let's go." Which I'm a huge fan of. But yeah, Holloway Olivier is going to be great. Pereira Jones is the one fight that everyone seems like insiders, and it seems like Dana White even. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Diego. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what else. I really don't know what else you could get as a main event there. John Jones coming back against Alex Pereira. I mean, that's enough. That would sell millions in pay-per-views back in the day before this Paramount deal. It's going to do big numbers either way. But that is the chef's kiss of let's sign that one off. As a Patriots fan, just want to say what they do. Josh, you really think that's going to go through? I saw the Patriots put one through, and then I heard that what's his name? Howie cried laughing at the offer and said bye-bye. So I don't know. That part was a rumor, but I do know the Patriots put one in since Tom ran away to here. I can't believe that still. I'm yeah. And I don't know if I'm Aspinall, whatever, bro. The heavyweights seem to have that kind of an issue, but I don't get it. I don't know if I'm Tom, if I want to go to boxing, but hey, shout out Tom. I'm sure he's going to make a shit ton of money boxing. Everyone who boxes apparently makes a shit ton of money. But again, what is that? What is that? Oh, this was interesting. NBA's informed teams that it may launch a streaming hub for local broadcasts as soon as next season as a result of Main Street Sports Group's impending demise. Main Street Sports Group essentially owns, all of your local stuff. You know what I mean? Your bow, all of their local that does have a lot of NBA games, used to have baseball, et cetera, et cetera. And League is talking with YouTube TV, Days, and Amazon, ESPN. And from looking in at this, I'm thinking it's going to be more like a, pick your games, pick your team type thing, like pay however much for a season to watch your team on that platform, which depending on how other lawsuits go with the NFL's in a lot of lawsuits. We'll get into that at a whole different time, but that part's interesting to me. You could see the NFL going to that model. And MLB is pretty much already there with MLB.TV and everything like that. And with a lot of the regional sports networks dying out as well for the MLB, it happens. It happens. Diggs, you want to see the UFC? And again, this is not the upfront MMA. Like, this is AI, I think, if we're going to be completely honest, and probably a lot of rumors. But Jones Pereira has essentially been confirmed. All money grabs, man. JV, I just had this conversation with someone. We were talking about streaming platforms and everything like that. And they couldn't fit, and they're not the biggest sports person in the world. And, they were like, why are all of these streaming services starting to get into sports and everything? And I'm like, all right, I'll break it out for you. The shows suck. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm being a little bit of a dick, don't get me wrong, but Diggs, brother, you do not have to do that. Thank you for the gift, though. I do appreciate you. The follow is what I love. Thank you for the follow, brother. I appreciate you, man. Where was I? Okay. Where was I? Oh, but we were talking about streaming services and everything, and I was essentially like, at the end of the day, they can put out as many shows as they want. They're only going to hit on so many of them. I think about Paramount. They've hit on Landman. They've hit on Yellowstone. You think about Netflix. They've hit on a variety of shows. But it's one at a time. It's not, we have all of these incredible shows out at a time, and then we go into seasons. And it takes so long for a new season to come out, especially if it's live action, yada, 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 that you got to have that buffer. You have to have something that it's like, okay, well, why don't I just cancel this streaming service until the next time the show I have comes out and everything like that, and then I'll just watch that. Well, because then your numbers go down, looks bad to stockholders, yada, yada, yada. What keeps people interested? And who are the people that will continue to pay to watch what they love when what they love is on, for however many months out of the year? And that's sports fans. That's why sports are such a valuable commodity when it comes to the streaming services. The big moneymaker right now, and you can even look at live TV numbers, Nielsen ratings and everything like that. The top 80 of 100 live shows watched is sports, NFL, some NBA finals, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, it's all sports all the time. And so, you got to go money grab. And that's all this is. That's why you can't just buy NFL Sunday Ticket. That's why you can't just buy YouTube TV. That's why you can't just get Paramount Plus. You got to get them all. You got to get the free trial of them all, or boost those sign-up numbers, because we've pivoted to this digital world, which is fine. There are some luxuries and conveniences in that of just switching between them, having the 4-box and everything like that. But it's tough on us. It's tough on sports fans because it's coming out of our pockets. We're forced to pay to watch it for longer and longer just so they can keep dumping money into shitty TV shows that no one really watches, or is a complete flash in the pan and not something that's going to go multiple seasons or be a cultural phenomenon down the road, which again is fine. That's entertainment and everything like that. Sports will outlast that for forever. And genres will continue to fluctuate. Things will happen, but the sports are always going to be the driving force. It's always going to be the one that brings in the big money, brings in the live views, and brings in the ad dollars. And at the end of the day, isn't that what it's all about? Advertising. But anyway, welcome to my TED Talk on streaming services and how the sports fan gets absolutely screwed. But yeah, that's all I got today. Hey, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Shout out to everyone here on Rumble, over on YouTube, TikTok. Y'all are the best. If you like what we're cooking, please hit those like buttons, hit the follow buttons. Does help out a lot more than you've done. Yes, thank you for reminding me, Diego. Before I get out here, Caleb Wilson, done for this season, and he was injured on Thursday in a non-contact drill, broke his hand, having season-ending surgery, ending his season. Rough break for UNC. Looking really good, and going into Duke tomorrow. Oof. Anyway, thank you all again for listening. Thank you all again for watching. Have a great rest of your Friday. Have an incredible weekend. Good luck. God bless. I'll see you all next time on Degenerate Takes.